we're talking about the reconciliation bill. Obviously, the top line of this is that it's cutting almost $1 trillion from Medicaid. And it's not only going to kick anywhere from 8 to 13 million people off their health insurance, but it's also going to put probably close to 250, 300 rural hospitals at severe risk of closing. It's almost guaranteed that you're going to get at least 150 closed. And on top of that, in sort of like sort of a passive manner, it's going to end up cutting $500 billion from Medicare as well. And we'll see what the implications of that happens a little bit further down the line. But how do you, as a Republican lawmaker, justify the voting for this bill? If you're like Mike Johnson, you're out there saying, well, this is all, we're just getting rid of immigrants who are on the bill. That's it. It's just immigrants and people who shouldn't be there, and people who are just going around using their Medicaid, refusing to work, just trying to be really poor so they get free health insurance because they're living so large. Mm-hmm. Or there's another tack that you can take, which Brian Kilmeade took in this exchange, where people have to understand you've got a monkey on your back when it comes to this whole healthcare thing.
Barack Obama made Obamacare, and all those states got the free money. And now all of a sudden, Medicaid doesn't look anything like it was supposed to, and it's 95% financed by the federal government. It's supposed to be a state program.
And the longer we leave it that way.
Medicaid has always been financed by the feds.
Always.
It's just been essentially like a block granted to the states. They get to administer it. That's it. I mean, it's just an out and out lie. And the difference between Medicaid pre-Obama and post-Obama, the Affordable Care Act, is it went from you're eligible if you're at 100% poverty line or lower to you're eligible at 133% of poverty line and lower. And so, I mean, he's basically saying we want to go back to pre-expansion of Medicaid and get rid of those 10, 15 million people who signed up there. At least he's being honest about it.
Right. Well, yeah. Okay.
They're not all immigrants. It's just that, according to Kilmeade, well, here, go back.
Well, he goes to 95%, which like the expansion rate is 90%, right?
Well,
but it can be
the payment
increase. Okay.
Yeah, the payment initially was 95, and then it dropped down to 90%.
Okay.
Barack Obama made Obamacare, and all those states got the free money. And now all of a sudden, Medicaid doesn't look anything like it was supposed to, and it's 95% financed by the federal government. It's supposed to be a state program.
And the longer we leave it that way, the more permanent that becomes.
Right, because people get addicted to the free money. Let's talk about something special.
Yeah, I'm addicted to the free money that's keeping my hospital open.
I'm so addicted. I mean, there is something to be said about that. I am completely addicted to health.
I'm addicted to living.
I have found when I have less health, it starts to make me feel sicker.
I'm addicted to having life, and if I don't have it, it's almost like I'm going to die.
I'm addicted to not having to go 90 minutes in case I have a heart attack someplace.
Oh, you need all this money to get health care. Look at you. What are you supposed to do? Like go and... Incidentally, 65% of people on Medicaid right now work. You've got another 10% who are not capable of working, but don't necessarily qualify for disability. You got another 10% who are working full-time, taking care of a loved one, but that's not considered a job. I mean,
it's 8%. The figure that is like that is not working and is on Medicaid,
and they're
or isn't in school or acting as a caretaker.
They're just living it up.
Oh, I'm sure
they're living it up.
The Affordable Care Act in the states that didn't accept the free money, as Brian Kilmeade describes it, the states that didn't have uninsured rates that are double the states that did. And wow, that must be a real addiction, huh? Giving people health insurance. But the states that expanded, they have halved their uninsured rate. And when you look at the analysis of who is uninsured in this country, 3/4 of adults without health insurance are concentrated in the states that haven't expanded Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act, which are very populous southern states, including Georgia, Florida, and Texas. So, I mean, like, the effects are completely obvious. The Affordable Care Act didn't do enough. The patient protection part was good, but the Medicaid expansion was very effective in getting people who are so poor that they couldn't even qualify previously access to health care. And now it's something, when you include CHIP, Children's Health Insurance Program, that's like 80 million Americans. Medicaid is the largest insurer. And there's the other thing for people wonder, like, why are some seniors also on Medicaid and on Medicare if they're above 65? Because Medicare doesn't cover long-term care in the same way that Medicaid does.
2/3 of Americans in nursing homes are covered by Medicaid.
This is going to be affecting the people, people who are too old to work, who don't have the savings, or whose kids don't have the savings to take care of them in their retirement.
All right, let's, I mean, this is what they're having to sell to the American public. All right, let's get to the fun stuff. Come on, it's the fun half.
Okay.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.